is why the beach is white, why the beach is white, cause they bleached us like going back home. I took a leap last night, so I'm walking on water. Jesus Christ. All right, yo, Lupe Fiasco, my number one lyricist of all time, guys. I don't know if y'all are aware, who's not aware. There's very few people who I would consider who could hold a candle to Lupe Fiasco. I put him above Andre 3000. I put him above Eminem. I put him above Black Thought. I put him above Talib Kweli. I put him above Most. I put him above anybody that you might hail as a goated lyricist. MF Doom, Lupe Fiasco is way more, I don't know. I listen to Lupe more than I listen to MF Doom. A$AP Rock, people are gonna say he's up there. A$AP Rock just isn't listenable for me. Like, it's cool what you're rapping, but it sounds like fucking lyrical jazz. Lupe can be like that too, but I feel like Lupe's music is just a little more for the everyday person. 10 tracks. All right, Lions Dean. Let's get it.
Drill music, pop that pill music, kill music. Desecrating the temples in the ghetto, funeral processionals increase their frequency because we can't break the spell of Geppetto. No one knows, and scrolls of obituaries contain more words than...
So really, it's only 9 songs, unless Lupe has a verse right here, which normally he doesn't. Normally, this is like, he starts with a spoken word poem on every one of his albums with no verse behind it. So, and for those that don't know, his album covers, since he brought it up, Paralyzed, his album covers are painted by himself. So like, this is his actual artwork that he made.
No's and scrolls of obituaries contain more words than dictionaries that will define how lions in Zion became alley cats who traded their baseball bats for gats that spat blood of the people across
Reason with the 14
jungles that turned playgrounds into graveyards.
Welcome back, yo.
That buried generations of black and brown men who left their posts because they were misguided by ghosts in the land of the living.
Dang, they were misguided. They left their post, the black and colored men, because they were guided by ghosts in the land of the living. Like their spirit didn't stay grounded.
Aim fire, wanna beat a block but can't buy the block, bulldozing the block, making the Red Sea choke on bones of drones sent by PPP loans to see how you spent the money.
Oh, bones and drones sent by PPP loans? For those that aren't from the United States, PPP was like it was supposed to be relief during COVID for everybody that couldn't work and they had to be applied for, but there was so much fraud that was capable of the PPP. So people were pulling out money from the PPP loan to go like on trips and go to Vegas and go to Miami, all that kind of shit. So basically using the system is what they did.
Bones of drones sent by PPP loans to see how you spent the money. Left, right, left, to figure it out while the ancestors watch and aid those who call out to them. Through altars, payphones, saxophones, bottles of liquor, glasses of water, the sum of a son and a daughter equals new life, the Holy Trinity. He was a baby boy, but he was kin to me, born to Basima and Hamza the lion, who said, store your water in the basement because one day it will be scarce and polluted. He said one day grocery stores will be barren. Learn how to grow your own food and don't get caught staring down the barrel of a gun. Learn how to run underground drills in Zion. To be reborn, lest you be scorned by the ways of the wicked who pillage our communities and natural resources.
She's going crazy.
Profit. He said, my children, each of you are prophets. Don't let money be the sum of your deeds. Pull the weeds from your mind. Look to the front, the side, and behind. You each have blades that will drill a new earth. Manifest the new world that Columbus thought he found. Band together to reverse the weather, to unite the seeds of the oppressed. Stand together and work...
Man said band together to reverse the weather, to unite the seeds of the oppressed.
Reverse the weather, to unite the seeds of the oppressed. Stand together and work righteously to be blessed. For generations to come. Drill down. Zion is in you.
That's probably the best intro on these type of albums that he's put out since The Cool. The Cool's intro was fire. I mean, that's one of the better intros for him for spoken word. The other one was Baby Sing.
They thought it was cool to burn crosses in your front lawn as they hung you from trees in your backyard. They thought it was cool to leave you thirsty and stranded, Katrina. They think it's cool to stand on the block hiding product in their socks, making quick dime bag dollars. Freeze. Cause the problem is we think it's cool too. Check your ingredients before you overdose on the cool.
Such a dope ass intro, bro, for that album. Goatee. All right, very jazzy.
Assassin's Creed, rapping it back in D like a mansion that's lacking fees. Tapping the blackest keys, capture catastrophes like a camera feed. Ball like a can of peas, fall like Michael Jackson on anesthesia. Mistaken maidens for manatees. Neuralink is.
Man said fall like Michael Jackson. Fall like Michael Jackson on anesthesia.
Fall like Michael Jackson on anesthesia. Mistaken maidens for manatees. Neuralink is now pirating all your fantasies. Mistaken this sanitation for sanity. My mistake, I'm mistaken staying for cannot leave.
Bro, are we hearing the internals? Mistaken sanitation for sanity. My mistake, I'm mistaken staying for cannot leave. Oh my God, bro.
Mistaken this sanitation for sanity. My mistake, I'm mistaken staying for cannot leave. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, lasso to the hammer squeeze. Throwing Wonder Woman battle at the apple trees. Or like Adam Eve, happened at an Applebee's. Y'all can go half on a sample platter, you can have with cheese.
Adam and Eve happened at an Applebee's. Y'all can go half on a sample platter. Oh my God.
Y'all can go half on a sample platter, you can have with cheese. Battered covered data with the addities. Giant leaps, beware where that land of ladder leads. Cause you can walk up there, but I'ma take off your last and try and talk up there. Yeah. Cause ain't no screams in space. Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates. Thrones out on loan and they keep their rings in safes. You decide apple pie or the fries come with the snake. Prosperous gospel.
Man said Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates, bro. Bro, he's basically saying they're disrespecting our ancestors and calling it history. They're not even in the tombs that were built for them.
Cause ain't no screams in space. Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates. Thrones out on loan and they keep their rings in safes. You decide apple pie or the fries come with the snake. Prosperous gospel got choirs all on the case. Poverty pimping, angel wings, flies all on the face. Wave a K until they die and then ride all on they wake. Shooting track on the track, I ride all on the freights like I'm shoestring. They say you can't escape when rich. That's just a bigger plate. They catching bait with fish.
He said apple pie, the fries come with the snakes, bro.
Out on loan and they keep their rings in safes. You decide apple pie or the fries come with the snake. Prosperous gospel got choirs all on the case. Poverty pimping, angel wings, flies all on the face.
Poverty pimping, angel wings got flies all on their face.
Flies all on the face. Wave a K until they die and then ride all on their wake. Shooting track on the track, I ride all on the freights like I'm shoestring.
Track on the track, I ride on the freights, bro. Like freight train rides on fucking train tracks. Track on track, I ride on the fucking freights. This man's fucking goated. People wonder why I was giving Logic a hard time about the fucking one-syllable rhyme schemes. And then shooting track, like track marks when you shoot heroin, I ride, like you're like on a ride. Let's see how much of a stretch these genius motherfuckers be making this. If you pronounce the GH like you're doing enough, the O like in woman, and the TI like nation, oh, it's women. Autoboto, this is the only song with a cuss word in it.
Eyes to the judge, rain in the sky and the sea might rise. Slice to the mud, slice to the flies from all kinds of demise. Reporting live from the hive and all sides of the sludge.
Hey, yo, I forgot how fucking crazy he went on this beat right here. Holy shit, I forgot how hard he went.
On all sides of the sludge, one deep, meditate, one street, separate high to the
that
crisp,
too, track
to the bloods. But it was the souls, the lords, and GD, segregated by the street and the shy where I was. Got wise to the nudge. Why buy a tub when to buy you a flood? Better buy you a sub. How you gonna survive in the club? You gonna kayak it cuz when it rise up above and the
Oh my God, bro. You got a little money. Why you want to buy you a flooded out watch? Buy you a sub, like a submarine, but also a submachine gun because you're in the west side of Chicago. You're in Chirac. You're going to fucking kill yourself by not protecting yourself.
How you gonna survive in the club? You gonna kayak it cuz when it rise up above and the waves come and push and the titles are shove. What's the infrared dot?
Titles to shove.
Look right in the eyes of a thug. Look dumb street shit. Don't apply to the plug.
Oh my God, bro. He fucking spazzed on this. I forgot all about it. Holy shit. What's a red dot to a .gov, bro? What's your fucking red dot on your little 9mm Glock gonna do to the entire United States government?
I ain't wanna shots, headshots, cut off all my dreadlocks. I ain't wanna head wash no more. What you mean headshot? Nigga said headshots. Nigga like a helmet with a GoPro, but I mean go 13 jeans cause the verse mean. Remember we earthlings, nigga. Can you put that in slow mo? Hope so. Headshots, brains in a pan, so that's a no. Might not get it, but it's dope though.
Bro, all the fucking wordplay with the headshots right there. Holy shit.
I ain't wanna shots, headshots, cut off all my dreadlocks. I ain't wanna head wash no more. What you mean headshot? Nigga said headshots. Nigga like a helmet with a GoPro.
Helmet, GoPro, headshots.
Jeans cause the verse mean. Remember we earthlings, nigga. Can you put that in slow mo? Hope so. Headshots, brains in a pan, so that's a no.
Brains in a pan, headshots.
Matter of fact, local, surrounded by gang members and a lot of popo. That's real, but it might sound like a joke though. Never know. Keep both sides in the chokehold. I just wanted credit. Used to sweat it like show clothes. Now I don't even know who wrote those. Maybe my ghost knows, but we both cold. I used to write on my ghost flows. Wrote each other solo.
Man said I used to want credit, but I don't even know who wrote those. Maybe my ghost knows.
Close. Now I don't even know who wrote those. Maybe my ghost knows, but we both cold. I used to write on my ghost flows. Wrote each other solos. Now the nigga say he want co-pros. Money from the shows and rights to the logo. Do you want a lawyer? No ho. I defend myself in court.
No ho. I defend myself in court.
Signals from the source. I can twist and I can tort. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera.
Genius because the verse mean.
This is sport. I get signals from the source. I can twist and it can tort. I just feel like I'm a Porsche. I'm Carrera.
You know what this concept is like, Trags? And for everybody out there, this concept is like him and his alter ego talking to each other or defending himself. I defend myself in court, you know, but it reminds me of Lil Dicky and the Brain, but like in a more serious way. Lil Dicky and the Brain, they're like Brain controls Lil Dicky, feeds all it, and then Lil Dicky's just the one that gets all of the accolades. So this is like him talking to himself in the same way that Lil Dicky would talk to Brain and Brain would talk to him. It's fire, bro. I love when rappers are able to like do that, you know, when they're able to have. That's why, for those that don't know, or if you've never seen it, Bo Burnham's last song, I think on his first special, I forgot, it was like Who Knows Bo, and then it's just like him eventually talking to like internal dialogue with himself, left, right brain, that too. Like that shit is crazy, bro. It takes a whole nother level of like genius to be able to write in two different, and this is not Lupe's first time doing this. He did it on Switch, like on his fucking mixtape 15 years ago. On Switch, he like uses the same beat and switches into different personalities and different flows, different subgenres of rap, all while talking to each other. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy how you can like rap like that and sound like hard, but like the message of his lyricism is still there. Ooh, forgot this half. What up, Talon? First time chatter, Lupe is lit. Bro, the breakdown of the instrumental to make it sound even darker. This is hard, bro. And if the cadence, I saw someone say that the cadence didn't click with them, like it's nerdy, and that's his whole style, is that he like embraced the nerdy side of him, and before it was even a thing to do in rap music, he was a leader in that backpack conscious rap. Like once it came to the mainstream. See, like this right here sounds fire, but I don't think it sounds better than the way the hook sounds on the beat. This sounds fire because the hook is broke down. I mean, the beat's broken down. If this hook was on the full production, it wouldn't sound as good. You know what I mean? It's one of the things that I normally don't like with people who do a lot of internal rhyme schemes is that the message and the meaning of the song gets lost in the scheme because you can tell that they're trying way too hard to fucking rhyme. I don't feel like that with Lupe, and I never have. I feel like every rhyme is placed in the position that it is because it matters in the message to the song. You know, it's not like a rhyme just for the sake of rhyming. Rhyming for the sake of rhyming might as well be the very complicated version of what people call mumble rap. I think Lupe fits right, like he rises above both of them by every rhyme mattering to the actual song itself. Like if you go in there and break down the rhyme and like get over the super complicated rhyme scheme, like you can see over it, then the entire song has meaning. So far, I mean, Autoboto, we've already heard. Fish, fire, especially with the concept of it. So we're 3 for 3, including the intro. The intro is probably the best intro that I've heard from Lupe since The Cool. All right, next, Precious Things.
These precious things, all these things that we love, all these precious things, how they turn, all these precious things.
Hey, so far on the beat selection, fire for me.
All these precious things, how they turn on me.
Never bite the hands that feed, but when those same hands grab the gats and up the sleeves, they got the traps and apparatus for your greed. They catch you lacking, wrap around your hatch and squeeze. I swear my hands.
Hey, yo! This delivery right here is nuts. Holy shit.
They got the traps and apparatus for your greed. They catch you lacking, wrap around your hatch and squeeze. I swear my hands were pure. I gave them manicures. Became my adversaries. Became my saboteurs.
Oh.
I put carrots on them, just like rabbit laws. My middle fingers like, fuck this nigga, what happened to us? Used to be.
Hey, yo, this is most definitely written from the fucking, from the, literally, these precious things. Like talking about precious things, like objects, material things that have no value. But these precious things, bite the hands that feed. I put carrots on it, like diamond carrots, like rabbit lore. Hard. These things that I cared for became my adversaries and my saboteurs. But he's talking as if like his hands have personality, like he's not the one controlling them. At the end of the day, he's controlling his hands. So at the end of the day, he's his own saboteur. Hard.
My adversaries became my saboteurs. I put carrots on them, just like rabbit laws. My middle fingers like, fuck this nigga, what happened to us? Used to be clapping for us, thumbs up and then snapping poets. Now they be dapping foes and grabbing mullet, and they know that I don't drink.
Bro, we used to use these hands for good, but now they be dapping people that we don't even like and grabbing Moet champagne when I don't even drink. Why am I doing these things?
Now they be dapping foes and grabbing mullet, and they know that I don't drink. At least I don't think. I asked for peace signs, they gave me Leon Spinks. I asked for
They gave me Leon
okays,
Spinks.
I got up yours and go aways. Shoe gestures and throat slices, the motions made. Give me a sign when we can talk through a plan. But my hands was like, fam, you can talk to the hand.
Ooh. My hands was like, fam, you can talk to the fam.
But my hands was like, fam, you can talk
BK,
to the
what
hand.
up?
Damn.
Appreciate you following again, yo. 6 months, we out here, baby. Bro, the piano dancing back there is so nice. Idle things being the devil's playthings.
Who put the arms in arms? I put arms in palms. We was hand in hand, all state. Pinky speaker, thumb receiver, how we used to call.
Man said hand in hand like Allstate, pinky finger, thumb, the way we used to call.
Yeah. Who put the arms in arms, I put arms in palms. We was hand in hand, all state. Pinky speaker, thumb receiver, how we used to call make. All
thumb
shake.
receiver?
Now his fingers crossed over small stakes, no taller than the crowd space. Give scissors to my paper, we not on the same page. We was back catching picture, now you don't even wave.
Bro, dog, all of the... Lupe's a master of making you see his metaphor and see what he's saying. Like, you could close your eyes and listen to the words of this song, and he's literally... You could see your hands making these gestures. Pinky receiver, fucking... Or pinky speaker, thumb receiver, and talking about fucking... What's it called? Rock, paper, scissors? Bro.
Give scissors to my paper, we not on the same page.
We're not on the same page.
Picture. Now you don't even wave.
Now you don't even wave.
Shaka Honolulu from the stage. Now you just wanna throw hands and technicals on my plays. Goddamn.
Now you just wanna throw hands and technicals on my plays, bro.
Lulu from the stage. Now you just wanna throw hands and technicals on my plays. Goddamn.
Precious things, all these things that we love, all these precious
She's killing it, bro.
how they turn, all these precious things.
And it sounds so angelic, but so haunting at the same time.
All these precious things, how they turn.
It's like you could've did more to try and keep us out them handcuffs. It's like we only matter when fans is putting their hands up. You got...
Oh, bro, you could have done more to try to keep us out of the handcuffs. You only care about the hands when fans is putting their hands up. This is a crazy track.
It's like you could've did more to try and keep us out them handcuffs. It's like we only matter when fans is putting their hands up. You got popular, treated us like the Yakuza. You was vampire,
like the Yakuza.
100D, now you Alucard.
Bro, he's such a nerd.
'Cause we was praying for you, air guitar and playing for you. You turned a deaf ear to what we was saying to you. We was here, can't go back to before. The problem is, you don't use us to write the raps anymore.
Because he spits everything from the top. He don't even use his hands. We was playing air guitar for you. Akalar D is Dracula backward? Bro, this fucking guy. Say more in a song than others' whole albums from people. That's what I felt about Logic's album. It's default in his top 4, but it's nowhere near this. I don't even know if I consider Logical a lyrical rapper. That track was nuts, bro. Holy shit. To stay on concept for the entire song, like, you intro real quick in the first verse, right? You intro like kind of what the song is going to be about. The rest of the song is in concept to the very end. Bro, wild track. All right, so far, this is probably one of my favorite Lupe albums. I mean, it's only 10 tracks. We're only 4 tracks in, so it's easy to say that. But so far, this is up there with Tetsuo and Youth. This is up there with Food and Liquor and The Cool. Drogo's Waves is cool. It's just a really long listen. Drogo's Light was just okay. Obviously, it was like very mid for Lupe. Lasers, I kind of count Lasers as like its own thing just because of the drama that was surrounding Lasers. The sound of Lasers is not what Lupe wanted. It was what the label wanted. So it's like hard to... He couldn't be the artist that he wanted to be. So it's hard to like critique him for Lasers. If we're talking about like this was Lupe's vision, then Lasers is going to be weak. But since it's the label's vision with Lupe's lyrics trying to force himself to write when he didn't want to write, Lasers kind of is like, it has an asterisk on it. So far, drill music is fire. It's probably above Tetsuo and Youth and Drogo's Wave so far, but these are not far behind. All right, next up, Kiosk.
Hey, you looking over there? I got something to show you if you got the time to spare. The quality's the highest and the price is very fair. It's honestly the nicest thing that I have ever shared. You look like the type that likes a diamond in his ear, to walk around the town and be so shiny and revered, come across as boss and be so timely and prepared. Look like $1 million off a signing with the Bears.
Hey, you know what's crazy? This is this type of game that they be trying to spit at the kiosk in the mall to you. Like where the little fucking jewelry section is at. This is the type of shit they be trying to spit to you. Like, bro, you look like you want some diamond earrings. Come over here, I'll get you a little deal on these diamonds.
Boss and be so timely and prepared. Look like $1 million off of signing with the Bears. I don't mean to be so deeply inside of your
Is that what it is?
I like getting ripped off then.
Is that the concept of the fuck? These two chains right here were bought from the middle of the mall. K Jewelers wanted $2,500 for one. I went to the middle of the mall. This Indian guy was like, "You buy two, I'll give you both for $800." I said, "You're talking way too much right now, my boy. Say less."
I don't mean to be so deeply inside of your affairs, but if I like getting ripped off, then I'd be over there. But that's why I'm over here. With that, you should beware. I'm only saying this because I really, really care. I think it's more of a temple, not a stall. But no, not a religion, not at all. I know it's kind of simple and it's small, but that's because it's the middle of the mall. If you want to show off and just...
Hey, yo. This shit is hard, bro, already. What I was going to say, though, I like the distortion on his voice right now.
But that's because it's the middle of the mall. If you want to show off and just ball, or your intention is the draws, we got credentials for it all. Welcome to the middle of the mall. You ain't got a budget for these nuggets. You can keep it plain Jane or blow out their brains when you in public. The matching ring chain gon' look insane when you untuck it. They'll never know the difference even if you let them touch it. Now,
there's definitely a double meaning in the mall thing. It's not just it's gonna take, it'll probably take the full listen, right, for me to catch all of it, because I feel like he's talking about like gun violence right now. I feel like he's talking about how easy, quote unquote, it is to buy a gun. Like you can just go to the middle of the mall and buy one.
If you are a rapper or a trapper on a job, it don't really matter if you get jacked or you get robbed. You can go and let them have it. It's not a factor or a prop. Only thing that's gonna happen, you're gonna get attacked by all the blogs. But to regular people, you're gonna be sharp, and you're gonna be so attractive on the block. Now it might make you a magnet for the cops, but please don't let them haters try and drag you from the top.
Hey.
You ain't gotta be a criminal involved. Know how to rap a knack for dribbling the ball, or be a prince or an emperor at all. Everybody's equal in the middle of the mall.
All right, yeah, so I can see what y'all are saying too. Talking about fake and convincing others. The thing that I'm getting from it, again, going back to the Fahrenheit 1st and 15th, Revenge of the Nerds mixtape, where on the song Blood Diamonds, he kind of has like the same mentality at that point. And he was talking about like how he was a hypocrite and how he felt like he needed Diamond Chain because he did music just to impress everybody. And then the jewelers took advantage of him because he didn't know about, he couldn't prove that the diamonds weren't the quality that they were, so they were ripping him off. And the diamonds were coming from Sierra Leone. I feel like this is a longer song and a deeper metaphor for that same concept.
Everybody's equal in the middle of
it is very welcome to the internet type shit track.
The center of applause, but secretly the center of the cause. This is where the finishers evolve. In the middle
this is where the finishers evolve,
diamonds
bro.
only worth what you are willing to pay. A deceptive game you are killing to play. Now I have diamonds, it's odd feeling this way. But when they start to sparkle, that star glittering glaze, it sways, takes your mind off today's. Where preachers can praise AIDS is God killing the gays. What a
preachers
fucking
can praise AIDS is God killing the gays? What a fucking phrase. Hey, yo. This might be some of his best production choices in my mind for a long, long time.
Odd feeling this way.
Like every production choice goes together. They all go together well.
When they start to sparkle, that star glittering glaze, it sways, takes your mind off today's. Where preachers can praise AIDS is God killing the gays. What a fucking phrase, never ceases to amaze. But when he dies from cancer, that's God's mysterious ways.
Hey.
Jesus saves African soul slaves. Gabriel's in Afghanistan passing out AKs. It's a rage. The diamonds sometimes are swayed, so I putting them to the blade. I have hesitations. There, I've put it all on the table. I have my reservations. Besides, we'll find something else useless to put our faith in. We won't finish this here, we'll pick up after meditation.
Man said, we'll find something else to put our useless faith in.
Besides, we'll find something else useless to put our faith in. We won't finish this here, we'll pick up after meditation.
You try to meditate to be a better person, you get sucked right back into the life. To be honest, no good preacher be saying that. You would be surprised, 22. Maybe not in the Christian world, like literally Christian churches, but like fundamental churches, like independent fundamental Baptists, those type of churches, they do be saying some outlandish shit by the way they interpret the Bible. I couldn't have made this song or the last song in 3 months, much less write 10 tracks in 3 days.
It seems you got the spirit of the appalled, and you got the lyrics and the drawl. I know some people would love to hear it how you call. You should join us in the middle of the mall. I'm cool, man. I gotta watch already. Well, excuse me.
Y'all hear like how suave the middle of the mall guy is trying to sound? Like trying to lure you in with the suave and trying to lure you in with the fresh and the cool and like literally like the fucking Garden of Eden and the snake slithering in the grass. That's what the middle of the mall is right here. Sometimes I'd be fucking making eye contact with him and I'd just be, nah, just kidding. I'm like, no, I don't want your shitty knockoff essential oil perfume and fucking cologne, my guy. I appreciate you though. Have a great one. Hey, bro, is that your girl? Is that your girl? Hey, you don't want to impress her? Come on over here. Let me show you what I got. You could be fucking, you could be working in the middle of the mall, though. Or like the ones that be flat ironing chicks' hair in the middle of the mall. I'm like, how many other scalps has that fucking flat iron touched? I worked the middle of the mall one time, not like work there, but I like worked the people. Cause when I was looking for these 2 chains, I was like, well, the guy over there told me that I could have them for 600 when it was really 800. And then they were like, ooh, I don't know if I could go that low. I was like, okay, well then I'll take my $700 to the other guy cash. And then they're like, let me see what I can do. I did that to like 3 different ones and I lied every time. Just gotta do what you gotta do to get a deal. You know what I'm saying? All right, middle of the mall. I feel like if I thought about the concept more, like it wasn't on just the first listen, there's probably a deeper concept within there outside of just like the shit that they sell or consumerism being what we say that it's worth and really nothing means anything. Outside of him feeling like he needs it to be cool, needs it because he's in the industry. Y'all guys want to hear the song that I'm talking about real quick? Because it's an exact parallel. Let me see if I can find it.
The older brother of the drug game, the giver of fame, the takeawayer of...
The older brother of the drug game, the giver of fame, the takeawayer of lame. He used the Diamonds Are Forever song from Jay-Z and Kanye, spun it to talk about the negative side of diamonds, specifically blood diamonds.
The wayer of lame, the empowerer of the kings that came with claims and disease to leave where the native peoples were staying.
If you wasn't rich, couldn't wear them.
Witches used to marry him, they'd shoot you
before they share them.
The gift and the curse, the venom and the serum. Most hated lady's best friend get murked for a clear one.
Most hated lady's best friend get murked for a clear one.
You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Making paper with slave labor and
hitting little kids with lifetime bids, making them cutting shine stones, inflating the price and making them look nice. And I wasn't thinking twice when I was putting mine on.
About a young shorty in Sierra Leone, or the conflict countries that people call home. I figured I would never go to Angola, so it never did affect me. That maybe indirectly
that my necklace
was funding a rebellion or a military coup started by militias that don't believe in following
none of Geneva's rules. I was brushing off the haters, trying to be cool.
Didn't have a clue that the rapper was helping the rapers, raiders of the villages, pillagers of the schools, shooters of the innocents, torturers of the witnesses, burners of the businesses, and my bracelet was the fuel.
Shooter of the innocent, burners of the businesses, and my bracelet was the fuel, dog.
We all know on foreign shores that they finance wars, but ask yourself, do they finance yours? When I first got mine, I took them out on tour. Didn't know they lost half their value
when I took them out the store.
Or it was full of moistenites and cubics, but the jeweler knew I was stupid and
I couldn't prove it. Feeling like I need it because I do music to impress the groupies and the interviewers.
So I didn't praise it,
nor did I loop it. Even gave it to my girl, thinking I was Cupid.
Homies was on hate, hoping they can make me lose it. Creeping through my own hood, knew I had to remove it.
Had to remove the chains.
Mafia, the Jewish mobsters, the undercover terrorists, and the traps for the hustlers. Homie, it's a rap for the nonsense rhyming. Props to Kanye, I
call it conflict diamonds. So I think that this is the song where he got the concept for the song we just heard. That song was written like 20 years ago. That was before Food and Liquor. That was the mixtape that got him signed. Putting y'all on if y'all don't know. Next up, Miss Mural. Any track that's named Mural from Lupe Fiasco has a lot to fucking live up to. Because Mural might be... Mural and Put You On Game and Deliver are 3 of my favorite Lupe songs. Yeah, I bumped into a bum and covered mine in shame, but then I bumped into a hun, like a honey, and uncovered mine again. It's a crazy bar, bro.
If you had to paint the gutter, which color would you choose? Said the patron to the painter. The painter said the blues. Do you act off intuition or languish and peruse? More like tap into tradition from the angle of my mood. He looked back at his canvas while strangling a tube. A master of the palette, all sanguine and cool.
While strangling a tube, bro? Who writes like that? The fucking visual of him squeezing oil paint out of a tube of oil. Dog.
He looked back at his canvas while strangling a tube. A master of the palette, all sanguine and cool. The music mostly jazz, the jazz mostly old. Punctured by some punk and some old smoky soul. An atlas on the trunk from the land of broken goals. Just a cover in the back that you open and you close. Where are all the pages? The painter said defanged. I ripped them all out and made some paper planes. Fish grease absorbers and some origami cranes. Poured itself a drink and then poured it down the drain. Looked at the empty canvas, said I think I have a name. I'll call it gasoline, pouring on the flames. Hey.
Oh my God, bro. How can you like not hear? How can you not see what he's hearing? What he's spitting to you? Not see as in like, oh, I see the metaphor, but literally see the visual of him talking to like a painter on a boardwalk. What you want, dog? This is what I want. Paint me this. I could literally see it in my fucking face. And by the way, this is completely different so far than the first two murals. Mural Jr. was just like the original mural, but a little more condensed. The original mural is sprawled out everywhere, you know? Do I like the album? Here's what I'll think about the album right now. I'll tell you right now. This might be top 3 albums at the end of the year. It's hard to say because it's only 10 tracks and we're only halfway through. This is a very listenable album for me. Yeah, Kendrick. This is more listenable than Kendrick for me. Kendrick's is very artsy. It's very conceptual, obviously, very internal. But because this is dealing with like metaphor and a lot of it is visual, a lot of it is like lyricism, but the meaning is still there. The message is there. The beats are more listenable in long-term form for me than Kendrick's album is. I haven't listened to Boldy yet.
I'll call it gasoline, pouring on the flames. Hey.
Gotta disagree on that, but respect. Kendrick's music just, I listened to maybe like 5 songs on the album.
I appreciate the visit, this isn't normally allowed. Do you consider yourself wild or conforming to a style? The patron pointed at a pile of those rejections or mistakes. The painter said that is not for question or debate. Most of what we know as art is the projection of a faith. The product of a pontiff for the election of a saint. A gift.
The product of a pontiff, bro, or the election of a saint. That's what we call it.
Question or debate. Most of what we know as art is the projection of a faith. The product of a pontiff for the election of a saint. A gift from the red for the digestion of the caint. A visual garnish for the confessions of the frank. Displays of physical carnage, make connections to the ranks. Goes over very well with South Americans and Yanks. Not to sound shamanistic, but there's medicine in paint. It gets kinetic if you let it. There's a fetish in its strength.
There's a fetish in its strength?
Letters in the flanks, and most will pull the trigger if the weapon's full of blanks. But when there's a pool of sharks and you step into the tank, that's the pool of art that got them headed to the plank. But they fell for the deceptiveness of the secularist complaint. The upheaval of the cathedrals into the edifice of bank. That pile over there is just the evidence of angst. The failed revival of a perfectionist when his efforts have just sank. A selection.
Holy fuck. This man is spitting, bro. That pile over there is just the fucking remnants of the shit.
Edifice of bank. That pile over there is just the evidence of angst. The failed revival of a perfectionist when his efforts have just sank. A selection of the waste that lacks direction or a base. You lose all of the plots for the affections of a race. Man does not become superior because you connect him to a cape. Nor does become inferior because you connect him to an ape. I never...
Man doesn't become superior because you connect him to a cape, but he also doesn't become inferior because you connect him to an ape. Dog.
Become superior because you connect him to a cape, nor does become inferior because you connect him to an ape. I never wanted my life to be a collection of some dates and holiday my days away and intellectually sedate.
Bro, I never wanted my life to become a collection of some dates and holiday my days away. Basically just saying I don't want to just be working just to live. I don't want to be working to live paycheck to paycheck and waiting for the weekend. Oh, I'm going through 5 shit days so that way I can go out on the weekend. oh, I'm saving up all my PTO so that way I could go on vacation, but then I still got to come back to work. Just such a unique way of saying it.
It's not really a beat, but conceptually it's a stake. Like do genitals and gender roles successfully conflate?
Hey.
The current art world is just competitively opaque. It never ceases to amaze. My mouth is medically agape. One day it's raising up the brand, the next it's shredding it to flakes. And the velocity of trends is what referees the pace. Professionally,
the velocity of trends is what referees the pace, bro. The velocity of trends is what referees the pace.
Period, cause you connect them to a cape. Nor does become inferior because you connect them to an ape. I never wanted my life to be a collection of some dates and holiday my days away and intellectually.
What up, 36?
It's not really a beat, but conceptually it's a stake. Like do genitals and gender roles successfully conflate? The current art world is just competitively opaque. It never ceases to amaze. My mouth is medically agape. One day it's raising up the brand, the next it's shredding it to flakes. And the velocity of trends is what referees the pace. Professionally accept what ethically I hate. So in all of my work, you see this wrestling with fate. It's even in the brushstrokes, how aggressively I strafe. Less like putting on some makeup, more like severing a face.
Bro, you could see it in the brushstrokes, how aggressively I strafe. Oh my God, when you strafe, you move side to side. You can see it in my brushstrokes. How aggressively how do you even put that together in your head to say like that?
Strokes, how aggressively I strafe. Less like putting on some makeup, more like severing a face.
Less like putting on some, less like just like delicately putting on makeup, more like severing a face off. That's how aggressive the strokes are. Hard.
Less like putting on some makeup, more like severing a face. Wow. Said the patron with a smile. That's the most interesting diatribe I've heard in a while. How you articulated the nature and put it all on trial. Took it up to heaven, then put it on the ground. The painter asked the patron, can you stand up on the pile? I've had a flash of inspiration, my creativeness aroused. The model took its place, the painter grabbed the lighter, doused the shit in gasoline and set it all on fire.
I love that you can hear the pads clapping of the saxophone. Yeah, the painter set the patron on fire. All right, so I've been listening just to the literal meaning of the fucking song, like literal the painter talking to the patron or the Patreon. Sign up for Patreon, guys, if y'all want to. I've been thinking literally about the patron and the painter. Is Lupe either one, or are these two people in his head, or is he both? And it's all symbolic for what's happening inside of him. Dude, you can hear the air from the saxophone going through the reed. It's so nice. That pan is nuts back and forth right now. The cover does look like a drill going through the skull, but he also said that it was Pac-Man turned sideways. And the drill, like the cover, the drill is like made with just a smorgasbord, a myriad of color. So it could just be like complete information being drilled in. It's also much darker than the yellow around it. So it could be dark thoughts. It could be demons. It could be trials and tribulations as he looks at his life. Now that he's 40 or 30, however old he is, he's looking back at his first half of his life and reflecting on it. Okay, Trayvon, so kind of right. So it's kind of both. We're looking back and being introspective on life, but also the aggression and the brushstrokes because of the way his career has panned out over the last couple of years. It's fire track, bro. See, like the thing about Lupe, since we're comparing to Kendrick right now, I feel like this song is much more, and it could just be the beat selection and the way that he like is telling a story back and forth in like a literal, in a metaphorical sense. I think this is like an easier concept at the depth of what Kendrick does to listen to. I feel like Kendrick's is more like sonically conceptual, but lyrics are at the same level. I don't know how to explain it. So if I had to put the trilogy in order, but just the sheer fact that the first Mural on Tetsuo and Youth is the masterpiece that it is for 8 minutes, it's extremely hard to top that song. That's one of the best rap songs of all time. And then it would be this Mural and then Mural Jr., which makes sense in order, because if the first Mural and this Mural are the two murals that made the baby, which was Mural Jr., you expect these to be a little more honed in on what they're trying to do. Next up, Naomi.
Signs of intelligent life, mosquito nets repel anephilous bites. Look at the night, nice, we look alike. They want a slice of your dreams. Even Christ took a knife for the team, so swing.
They want a slice of your dreams. Even Christ took a knife for the team. Let me ask y'all guys, how do y'all feel? Because Twitter's fucking blowing up. How do y'all feel about K. Dot wearing the diamond encrusted crown of thorns?
So swing. Fatal flying guillotine.
Looks hard, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I just come around to help, like Batman utility belt. All by myself with the world on my delts. We can.
Man said I just come around, like I come around to help out, but also like come around like Batman's belt comes around.
Utility belt. All by myself with the world on my delts. We can chill while it melts. The beat bill feel like it's felt. My suspicion Christians killed all the Celts. What else? What else? Forget what happened in the past. You gotta let it go, like what happened to the gas. Can't have such anathema inside a mass. It'll ruin your communion and soil all of your fast. Stay away from rebels worshiping the devil like jazz. Where heaven loses a job, hell wins staff. Looking over macroeconomic math, counterweighting and calculating how much time that we have, then put it all in the graph. Look at all of the paths, but look at Instagram, then go back and split it in half. I ain't rapping, what's happening's blowing glass. Track is tapping drums and crystals blowing the brass. Heard the all that
Bro.
beautiful musical moving you like an intercool Subaru with an Italian man saying, look at what I do for you. A nice chicken Vesuvio. Being North Boston often. Round them Sicilians, I be walking like the ambiance and talking. My favorite part is when all of the affogatos is brought in. You can put Dolce Vita chicken risotto in my coffin. It's a ad. We are in the building. Yeah.
I will say, this song right here is probably the hardest to listen to on the album, because he is rapping right now over this really jazzy beat. This sounds more like the original Mural than the Miss Mural did. This is not going to be everybody's favorite song. There are going to be people that skip this for sure, because he's going way over the top with the rapping. Like he's proving to us, you know?
Yeah.
Again, wrote this in 3 days?
Yeah, I was in Roxbury on Malcolm X block. Talking that talk that got Malcolm X watched. Trying to pick up where Malcolm X stopped. Only game I play is a Malcolm X box. Look at the sky, see the Malcolm X ring. Malcolm X files, it's a Malcolm X thing. As you ask yourself, what does Malcolm X mean? I return to the force in the Malcolm X swing.
In the Malcolm X wing, bro?
Scene. You know they want a slice of your dreams. But even Christ took a knife for the team, so swing.
That's such a hard line. Even Christ took a knife for the team, bro. Who are you to not? I ain't never heard it put like that either. I never heard it put like Christ took a knife for the team. He wanted to send something to Naomi to sock positive vibes, hence so swing. Oh, that makes sense. Because I know that she was going through like mental health issues, anxiety, that kind of thing. For Holt, exactly, like it's such a nonchalant way to say that he died for our sins, you know? Even he even took one for the team. When you take one for the team, it's like, oh, you got hit by pitch. Or, oh, okay, I'll make this small sacrifice for the greater good. It sounds so like minuscule when you say it like that. Even he took one for the team. Oh, you mean the team, the entire existence of man? Hard, bro. Track is crazy. Yeah, so that one is going to be a vibe, and that one is going to be one that I got to like listen to in depth. That's not going to be anything that I'm going to sit here for an hour and try to break down this song in the middle of a fucking album review. I could probably spend an entire stream on that one song alone, going line by line, stopping, pausing. I figured we were going to get one track like Naomi, though. One track where it's like not so straightforward. Even though the first 5 are coded in complexity and coded in lyrical layering, subject layering, it's still straightforward enough to be able to listen to. Naomi is like holy shit, the only thing that I can keep up with is how hard the rhyme scheme is going. It's like too fast paced of a song for me to listen to anything but the scheme right now. It's kind of like, oh, you know what song this sounds like from Lupe? It reminds me of this song.
Cocaine and blood pouring out their nostrils. They got to just to stay awake on the catwalk of life where everybody watch you.
Like it's like that jazziness of a fucking beat and that like complex layering of lyrics. That beat goes crazy though. Like for him to pull that sample off. Drill Music in Zion, obviously album title track. Normally have to live up to something. Let's see. Drill Music, best song on the album. What do you mean, where are the words coming from, Rob? Drew, I appreciate you with the 10 again, by the way.
Yeah, the August Symphonic, power of a blonic, to heal, steel, medical, bill, drill, harmonics, silver sonnets from the Banyuis and bonnets. I leave a whole sleeve down in Condoleezza's comments. Copper, August Symphonic, power of a blonic, to heal, steel, medical, bill, drill, harmonics, silver sonnets from the Banyuis and bonnets. I leave a whole sleeve down in Condoleezza's comments. Copper harmonics, competent and gauntlet. Godzilla's economics, rock gondolas till you vomit. Bigger than a Tongan, write signatures with a Thomas. Great Wall of China climber and Bonnie will correspond it.
Bro, what? This song is so over my head so far, besides the fucking Godzilla economics line. And then signature Thomas Jefferson. I'm assuming that's who he's talking about. Great Wall of China climber and Bonnie will correspond it. Like, bro, what are we talking about right here?
Bigger than a Tongan, write signatures with a Thomas. Great Wall of China climber and Bonnie will correspond it. Opera Onyx, populars for convicts. Stay below the Doppler, turn Robotniks into Sonics.
Bro, that's hard. Opera Onyx, popular for convicts. Like black opera, black music, popular for convicts.
Bonnie will correspond it. Opera Onyx, populars for convicts. Stay below the Doppler, turn Robotniks into Sonics.
Doppler radar.
Jostlers monitor hegemonics. Robots make the robots that solder the electronics.
Robots make the robots.
Promise. Logic's on a rocket where profit defeats a conscience. Somebody's daughter is contemplating a convent, but a man with a...
Oh, bro, is he talking about Nah, there's no way, right? This line right here, I don't know if it's a jab or not, but logic's on the rocket, what profit defeats a conscience? I don't think it's a jab, but it's crazy. It's crazy coincidental that like that's one of the things that I didn't like about Vinyl Days. I get it. You kind of sold out for the bag. And you're saying that anybody would. I got my bag, now I'm good. Now because Logic was saying that on his album. Like that, like he was like, yeah, I sold out, I went pot for the bag, but now I'm back. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe that's my mentality. Because I was upset at Logic. Like, how are you gonna come back and say that we should be boys again after you sold out? I don't think it's about, I think he's talking about literally Logic. Like where profit is gonna matter more than conscious. You know, it just happens to be that in my mind, this literally correlates to what Logic did for the last 3.5 albums. What do you got to go through in life to get this good at writing? I feel like this level of writing is almost God-given. It's like being a sprinter. Like, yeah, I can train to be a faster runner, but I'm going to top out eventually and I won't get any faster because that's just the way I was born, my genetics, my muscle structure. You either are born with the ability to rap like this or you're not.
Diamonds can bother to keep a promise. Logic's on a rocket where profit defeats a conscience. Somebody's daughter is contemplating a convent, but a man with a dollar is slobbering for her haunches. Mouth is just watering for some nonsense, and this might be the moment her modeling probably launches. Gobbling collard greens through the rompus, washing Gosling, watch hollering, replace a Congress.
God
golden
damn.
Gossiping, auditing through my content, running out of water, just pondering where the pond went. World's hottest summer, or wondering if they pawned it. Desperate for the credits to come tumbling through the conflict. Yeah.
Bro, desperate for the credits to come tumbling through the conflict, bro. Like literally the credits roll at the end but we're desperate for the critics to come tumbling instead of roll. We're waiting for the end of the conflict. That's so fucking hard to say it like that. Bro, golden gossiping, auditing through my content, running out of water, just wondering where the pawn went, watch hollering, replacing Congress. Like there's actually nothing getting done in Congress. Everybody's just fucking virtual signaling. That's all that they do at Congress now.
For the credits to come tumbling through the conflict.
Wild, bro.
Episodes of the soul made me cold, past the more control. Can you make a hole for all the true music in time? These episodes of the soul make me cold, past the more control. Can we make a hole for all the drill music in time?
Now there are those that resoluted to wreck, got caught, fought, lost, electrocuted to death. Came a little late for the rescue in the flesh. DNA exonerates posthumously whatever's left. No resurrection, but reputation's correct.
Bro, DNA exonerates posthumously whatever's left. All right, cool. I mean, he's dead now since y'all murdered him. Y'all put him on death row. I mean, I guess. Oh, we cleared his name. I guess that's something.
DNA exonerates posthumously whatever's left. No resurrection, but
the rep's correct.
The revelation brings decorated regrets. On due respect, it's not really about fair collective side.
Bro, the revelation brings decorated regrets. Holy shit. Like, could you imagine getting a Medal of Honor and then realizing the conflict was nothing about what you thought it was about? Now you have a Medal of Honor for some shit you regret for forever?
No resurrection, but reputation's correct. The revelation brings decorated regrets. On due respect, it's not really about fair collective side, cause the real killer's still out there. Probably calling the police, complaining about his neighbors, or just walking on the beach. Why should he have such views of the ocean and not be hanging from the gallows with his neck neatly broken? I let it soak in, then I put the soap in, then I put the boats in, then I play with both them. The hot tubs now looking like a yacht club, making sure I get all of the shoes like a bot does. Neighbor is
Shoes
pissed,
like a bot
tells the
does.
cops if he wants to bathe like a sailor, live on a container ship. I party all night and the banging is intense, cause I know exactly what you did and you gon' pay for it, you bitch.
This track is nuts, bro. I'm gonna have to go and fucking genius the first verse though, cause that shit was mad complex. I probably didn't know 10 of the words that were in that first 15 bars.
Can we make a hole for all the
Real music in Zion.
We'll end this shortly. Story moral is the same. You either fly into the portal or pull the portal over the plane. Quarreling mortals is nothing short of insane. Let's try and turn this quarter water to a quarter Bortles and James.
These episodes of the
No, yeah, I got the neighbor of the killer. That's wild. Like, I'm gonna make your life hell. I might not be able to do shit about it, but I'm gonna at least do this.
Episodes of the soul make me cold, past the more control. Can we make a hole for all the drill music in Zion?
Such a nice track, bro. The production on this soundtrack went crazy on this. Did soundtrack produce in 3 days too, or did Lupe just write in 3 days? 10 tracks, 9 tracks. I don't know if he wrote the opening poem or not. See, like, this is impressive to me. Like, three days to write this. He wrote in 3 days. Okay, yeah. So 3 days to write this. That is something that you can brag about. If you're like, bro, I put this whole album out in 3 days and it's mid, I'm like, should have went back to the lab for at least another 3 days. Best song of the album for me. Best song of the album is Precious Things. Still, Precious Things and Kiosk back to back. Just those two levels of metaphor are wild. Yeah, I think Precious Thing is my favorite, but I could definitely see why people enjoy this one. I bet you after I look up what's happening in the first fucking verse, I'll probably enjoy it and say it's the best once I can get the concept of what he's talking about in the first, other than just a couple of lines that I picked up. I'm gonna say this is up there for album of the year, but we still have 2 more tracks. The thing about only putting 10 tracks out is if one falls to shit, then there goes your album of the year chance, because now you're already at 90%, you know? All right, let's see. Track took a long time. I mean, there's a lot going on in the production. I enjoy the production a lot. I enjoy it more than Droga's Wave.
I keep a secret, but I'm honest. If I ever go and leak it, maybe I just go atomic over me. Yeah, yeah.
Did she say reactors go atomic over it?
Yeah. I don't believe in nothing's haunted, but if we are trapped in here, I hope that we go supersonic when we leave.
Hey, bro, these hooks are so nice. The ones with the chick singing, I don't know if this is the same girl, but
Kept my promise to the street.
I kept my promise to the streets.
ooh,
Develop myself in a fine way. Life is a sine wave. Einstein mind in this time space. When they try to keep you, gotta climb gates. Escape from a city that's defined by crime rate. Design traits that minimize the grind and abide on your mind states.
bro, growing up, he didn't say growing up, but in a city that's defined by crime rate. Anybody, if you're not from the United States, anything that anybody ever talks about when it comes to Chicago generally is about it's the murder capital of the United States because of the amount of violence, the amount of murder that happens in Chicago. And Einstein mind in his time space is fire because he's the one that thought the theory of relativity in time and space, and that space is the fourth dimension, or time is the fourth dimension.
Life is a sine wave. Einstein mind in this time space. When they try to keep you, gotta climb gates.
Life is a
Escape
sine
from
wave,
city
up and
that's defined
down.
by crime rate. Design traits that minimize the grind and abide on your mind states. Fine breaks, gaps to recline safe. Resign, assign, and rewind tapes. Get your line straight. Recite it all right, even if you gotta do it in 9 takes. Be centered. Remember where the mind's placed. How many more winners can the shrines take? The ground don't know how to wine taste. Women niggas down to stop buying cakes. Yeah.
I keep a secret, but I'm honest.
Stop buying cakes, like BBLs, that kind of shit.
I just go atomic over me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't believe in nothing's haunted, but if we are trapped in here, I hope that we go supersonic when we leave.
Bro, the hook is so nice.
I kept my promise to the streets.
Song recorded live? Where'd you see that?
I kept my promise to the streets.
I kept my promise to the streets.
You see my vampires in the sun.
Bro, that's so hard when he comes in and says it with all the echo and reverb. He streamed himself like on IG.
I kept my promise to the streets.
To see my vampires in the sunlight, to look my eye right in the sun's, and bring all my knives to the gunfights. One life, live 100 ways, but never break it down like gum bites. If done right, you'll be
Never break it
unlike
down like gum
what you
bites.
be unlike when you gotta run where snares not a drum type. Where they hung whites, psych, where they hung blacks, even hung like a black life as a batch don't come twice. You can light a fire with a thumb swipe, but you need a lighter if you got the motion, but none of the components. Then it's karaoke, and it don't really matter if it's sung nice. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Those bars right there were probably some of the hardest on the album so far.
Secret, but I'm honest. If I ever go and leak it, may reactors go atomic over me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't believe in nothing's haunted, but if we are trapped in here, I hope that we go supersonic when we leave. Yeah, yeah. I kept my promise to the streets. I kept my promise to the streets.
I kept my promise to the
Cross my heart and I hope to. Cross my art with an O2. Add a little dollop of a dollar, then sell it all out at the O2. Computers ain't got no souls, but I be giving that one to the Pro Tools. Gotta control all your trolls. Don't soak in your socials. Let the punches break like.
Bro, the soul fucking wordplay right there is wild. Computers don't have no soul, but I give soul to the Pro Tools.
Computers ain't got no souls, but I be giving that one to the Pro Tools. Gotta control all your trolls. Don't soak in your socials. Let the punches break like Goju. Went from fish sticks to Nobu. I ain't afraid of
Fish
no
sticks
ghosts.
to
Still
Nobu?
pick up fish like the OU. Bimmy bop with the soju. Food and liquor, that's Domu. Stand behind me like JoJo. Spirit bomb when I show you. Molotov
Spirit
cocktail
Bomb, what I show you, bro? Not the Dragon Ball Z nerd reference.
liquor, that's Domu. Stand behind me like JoJo. Spirit bomb when I show you. Molotov cocktail Goku. Bottling up what I go through. West Side Chicago, Lou.
Molotov cocktail, what I go through? Bottled it all up? Ooh, that's hard.
I show you. Molotov cocktail Goku. Bottling up what I go through. West Side Chicago, loop.
This might be my favorite song, to be honest.
This school here, I feel
Yeah, DBZ and JoJo bars. He's such a nerd, bro.
We sort of like bring our history, our culture, you know.
Black,
into
whisper
our
it to me,
environment,
because I can't. You can't put a link in the
our
chat.
pain, our suffering as a people is all in here, you see. So that's why we try to, like the army says, be the best that you can be. People, we try to be the best, you see. So that's why we try to, like the army that we can be the best that you can be. It's like our best, you see. So that's why we try to, like the army that we can be the best that you can be.
Yeah, this one's up there, yo. This one's up there with Mural, Miss Mural. Yeah, this one's up there, yo. The fuck? My bad. The stream was playing in the background and getting crazy feedback.
Train and condition myself.
Do we know why the song's called Seattle? Anybody? Bueller? Mural? And that one has like a very light feeling to it for the amount of, how heavy the lyrics are. So I think Seattle, Miss Mural, and Precious Things are my favorite so far. Hook has supersonic word in it, only explanation. Okay, that makes sense. Like Seattle Supersonics. On phoneme. For those that don't know, that's like a slang phrase, but not spelled like that. Not faux, like fake. Sent the link. You sent it to. All right, I got it. Bet.
I wish you were lying. Oh, yes I do. I wish that you were lying. I hope that none of that comes.
Could be rain too, Drew. Nah, I'm talking about.
Die too much. That's it. That's the verse.
The fuck? No way.
Rappers die too much. That's it. That's the verse.
No way he lets the beat ride for 16 bars, right? Hey, yo. Lyrically, might be top 3 Lupe Fiasco songs. It does, Melissa. Moment of silence, bro. This is like that one right there. Rappers die too much. That's just as powerful to have like all that empty space as Wave Files when he starts listing off the slave ship names. And then that part of the song goes on for like 2.5 minutes of all of the slave ships. It's the same level of like, oh, this is super important. Rappers die too much. There's nothing else that needs to be said with that. Just like in Wave Files when he's listing the ships, it's like you need to know how many slave ships were actually transporting people from Africa so that way you get the sense of how many it is. Because you've never heard all the slave ships lined up in a row before. You've never heard all their names. And then you think 16 bars is enough. And then, oh, we're still got another 16. Oh, we still got another 16 of just nothing but slave ship names. It makes you realize how crazy that is. Just like this, like, makes you realize how powerful that one statement is.
Yes, I do. I wish that you were lying to me. I hope none of that comes true. Yeah, silent reflection was the first verse's mission. I ain't wanna water it down with a whole bunch of conditions. Just give it to you raw, how a nigga really feeling. Rappers get shot too much, probably has a lot more precision. But that was the decision, and with that I'ma stick.
Rappers get shot too much, probably has a lot more precision, like with the shot.
Feeling. Rappers get shot too much, probably has a lot more precision. But that was the decision, and with that I'ma stick. I don't really support niggas, cause the shit be making me sick. Look at what we say in this bitch just to get rich. Shoot a nigga right in the head, don't even flinch. Nah, we can't talk about that. You gotta talk about something else. I mean, because it's hypocritical, nigga. You got guns, you surrounded by gangsters and killers, all your niggas. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Yeah, talk about something else. Nigga, talk about something else.
It's crazy because the song is called On Phonem, and that's like it's like a slang word that's used like in the hood like that.
I've admired many cities through the windows of hotels, and from the window of a plane, I've seen the window of a cell. The plane started to fly, the rain started to fail. That's LaGuardia and Rikers, the airport next to a jail. I took a picture, looked like my window was crying, cause it was sad that all they saw every day was somebody flying, and they was trapped. This shit is whack.
Bro, I didn't even think about that you can see fucking LaGuardia from Rikers in New York. So like people in prison that are imprisoned having to see people fly freely. It's enough to know people are out there free, but it's another thing to like see that every day.
But it was crack hung it on my wall like a plaque. Keep your eyes on the prize and your thumbs on the apps. Facts, I wish that they was lying in they raps. How does that transpire to be so damned by God? You want your friends to be goddamn liars. All we talk about are our goddamn priors. Shiny metal boxes on top of goddamn tires. I'm goddamn tired.
Shiny metal boxes on top of goddamn tires, bro. Like, why are we bragging on this? It's just a fucking car at the end of the day.
All we talk about are our goddamn priors. Shiny metal boxes on top of goddamn tires. I'm goddamn tired. If I say I didn't indulge, my pants be on goddamn fire. Cause I'm a part of the problem. Sometimes the P, and sometimes the robberlum. Fame, all in the name of martyrdom. Yeah, I wish that you were lying. What's the difference between a posthumous album and a life insurance policy?
What's the difference between a posthumous album and a life insurance policy? Because you're still going to make profit on the person that's dead?
Spotify. $1 worth, $1 buy, go monetize. I wish that you were lying to me. Oh, yes, I do.
On phone name. It's wild, bro, that this is the song name. It's wild that this is the song name that's condoning the
that none of that comes true. Ooh, give you a fourth
the lifestyle that says
verse. That only cause I know that you can take another verse.
It's such a good bar because like just look at XXXTentacion. Like they're just putting his music out now for profit. Like there's no care that's given to his legacy or given to his unreleased tracks. We're just doing it because people are going to listen.
Only because I know that you can take another verse. Want the Quran to be a lie because hell sounds like it hurts. Also want it to be real because heaven sounds like it's turned. With my conscience like a condom because I don't want to be burnt. With my dharma like it's armor because I don't want to return. To the will of the quivering meat conception. Sometimes I hide inside Kerouac for protection. From the Thanksgiving where bears attacking the dressing. Like Tekken, just lean back and tear into that refreshment. Sometimes real life parallaxes and depression. That's maybe not lie, maybe just chill. Yo, maybe not die, maybe just kill. Wait, no. Maybe survive making the meal. Ratings wavy, but wavy don't make you a Navy SEAL. Yeah, I wish that you were lying.
Wavy don't make you a Navy SEAL?
Oh, yes, I do. I wish that you were lying to me. Hope that none of that comes true. Ooh.
Good album, yo. Great album, actually, for 10 tracks. How do we feel about it? How are we feeling about it? It's like an emotional track because it's like desperate and angry. You know? Like that's what it sounds like. I hope that you're lying to me. I hope none of that shit that you're talking about comes true. Gotta listen more, but I really like it. Yeah, me too. I mean, Lupe's not gonna be one of those guys where you're like, okay, yeah, it's a fucking vibe, you know? Like, it's a vibe, but in order to really, like, get down to liking a Lupe album, you actually have to take the hour to listen to it. You have to actually... You gotta put in the ear time, because that's when it actually, like, comes to life, you know? On the first listen, you can kind of get a feel for the album's sound sonically with the beat selection. And then you can kind of get a feel for the concept, but each individual song you have to actually like listen to. You have to listen to and want to understand, and probably go to Genius. But when you go to Genius, Guys, remember, I need y'all to remember this. When you go to Genius, Genius is just Wikipedia for music. Anybody could write any annotation in Genius, so you got to take every annotation with a grain of salt. You got to be like, I don't know, that doesn't sound right. Or, ooh, that kind of sounds like a stretch. I don't know. Like when I've gone to Genius to like just see, was I right with this? And I'm like, what are these people talking about sometimes? I could rate it against other Lupe albums on the first listen. On the very first listen of me going through a Lupe album, The Cool is going to take it for me. Second album on first listen is probably going to be Drill Music and Zion. Third album on the first listen, like just going back and remembering, Food and Liquor, then Tetso and Youth, then Drogas Wave, then Lasers, and then Drogas Light. Oh wait, Food and Liquor Part 2 is in there somewhere too. I'd probably put Food and Liquor Part 2 after Drogas Wave, because that was one of the, I talked about this a lot on West Side Boogies. It's very rough for people to call something a sequel to something that was extremely popular, because West Side Boogie has sequels to a lot of his songs, like LOL SMH Part 2, Prideful Part 2. And I said that West Side is probably one of the only artists that can make his sequels sound just as good, if not better than the original. And Food and Liquor Part 2, it fell short of what it could have been. But then again, this is also like mid having issues with Atlantic. Like you could hear a war between the two just through his albums. But yeah, this is up there for album of the year for me so far. So is obviously Melt My Eyes, See Your Future, or See My Future. I actually really liked West Side Boogie's album, so that'll be up there for me too. Mr. Mural clearly will be up there. Saba, I just recently heard Saba's album for the first time. That shit was hard too. I think those are it right now. Even if honestly Nevermind was like top of the top album when it comes to dance, I probably still couldn't put it in rap album of the year because it's not rap album of the year. But yeah, I mean, this album right here, this album is probably one of the most listenable from Lupe.